Oh yeah, ay. When you need a hand and you don't know why, just know that I'll be there. When the road is long and you feel so tired, just know that I'll be there.
Hey there, YouTube. John Regan, just doing a quick coffee chat today because there are a couple things that just kind of set me off a little bit this morning. I was reading through them and I was like, oh my god, dude. And hey, so I'm gonna vent a little bit to you guys about this. This is what the rant part of the coffee chat stuff's for, right? So emergency coffee rant right here, right now. All right. So yeah, I'm a little upset for two reasons. The one, it got me upset just in principle, my personal principle and ethics. I don't think it's right to take money from people, right? I don't know if you've gotten this already. And one, and not give them something for it. But two, I don't think it's right to take money from government. Let me put it that way, because I see that as our money. I see that as the money that we as a society, right, have available to us. And unless you're really giving something back to society, I don't think it's good to take their money, right? And so let me explain. This is where it set me off. Like at first I read through this, I was like, oh, that's freaking cool. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Oh, all right, nice. And then I got to the bottom of the article and I was like, what the are you fucking kidding me? So anyway, this is what it was. I was so excited this morning to see that Triumph had released the TE1 electric motorcycle prototype. I was actually stoked. I was like, what, Triumph? Oh yeah, and I'm reading through it, and I'm reading the stuff like, yeah, wheeling. Everybody wheelies, but he's pulling a wheelie. Like, yeah, that's nice, and just reading through it, fucking awesome specs. They did a collaboration with 3 or 4 other companies in the UK to build it and bring it to life. I was like, that's awesome, so sweet, and just going through it, it has. I was excited to carry. I was like, dude, we're gonna have to carry Triumph somehow. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Even though they're late to the game, I'm like, man, this thing's awesome. And then I get down to the bottom, which I'm not surprised they buried this piece of this article, but it got me because in it, right, as we're going through it, I'm thinking Triumph, right? This is a big company. That means they're putting big investment in this, and maybe they did. Maybe they double backed it or something. I don't know, but as I got through this very, very long article, it was like, man, ooh, nice. Down here at the bottom, it talks about how they took a grant from the government, from the UK government, to build this thing. And how this is being the first step in our journey towards developing our future approach to electric powertrain technology. Incredible results, so on and so forth. But don't you have enough money to build your own prototype Triumph? I mean, this is where I take issue with it. Like, as I'm reading through it, I'm all excited. I'm like, yeah, Triumph, it looks sweet. Oh, they're awesome. And then I get down in it and I'm like, and you took a grant from the UK government to make this and to work with these other companies on it? Okay. Now, the reason that I took such an issue with this, and the reason this got me upset, is because to me, electric, if you haven't noticed, is the way it's going to go, right? Hydrogen fuel cells, still potential, but I think that even hydrogen fuel cells will become a more efficient option for producing electricity that we will then use to power things, whether they be lithium-ion batteries, whether they be a solid-state battery, whether it be an aluminum air-based battery. Keep your eye on those ones. Those have huge potential. But to me, that's, unless you're developing a new technology, this isn't necessarily new technology, all right? This is an iteration of current technologies, all right? Sorry, Triumph. Sorry, guys. I know you built it. It's cool. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, I'm sure. Stuff in it. And I'm sure there's a lot of patentable technologies that they worked on here. At the same time, it's not like hugely advancing, like coming up with a new battery technology. That would have been hugely advancing to me. And that would be worthy of government grant money, right? Just to build an electric platform that you can turn around, produce, and then sell to people And it's Triumph. Let's be honest. That's going to be an expensive bike, right? That's not going to be a cheap or affordable piece of electric transportation. That's going to be like probably a good $15,000-$20,000 plus bike. And there may be some caveats in that as well. But I just, when I see things like that and I see these giant companies that have huge amounts of resources taking the people's money, taking government money, because that's what it is. Government money is your money, my money, taxes we paid, right? So that they can build a platform to turn around and sell to me, not a discount because I paid for you to make that platform basically, but for for a premium price. I have to question I just have to question the whole process involved there, right? I think something like this and these platforms are the way it goes, and I think that companies should be investing big money in them themselves, not taking money from you and I, because we're not going to make money off this. They are, all right? And that, which actually leads me to my next story, which thing that oddly, I mean, I don't even know this lady, but it makes me so sad when I read this. There's a lady driving her scooter down the road here in Las Vegas yesterday, and she collided with some debris on the road, box spring, I guess, from the article. Lost control of her scooter, wrecked, and is in the hospital in critical condition. It's not about e-bikes, right? It's not about motorcycles. It's in this case, to me, it's just about safety on the road. Not just the debris, but I'm more than willing to bet, just from my own experience, the experience of many, many other people I've talked to about it, cars weren't letting her over, or they were trying to cut in on the lane, as I call it, where they just barely skirt by her. So this poor 77-year-old lady, right, who is most likely riding a moped, a scooter, right, to save on gas and get around, is being forced basically off to the side, runs over the box spring mattress, which most likely in that area of town flew off somebody's truck, wrecks, and it is now in the hospital. So the reason that story really gets to me is because when I first started this and I was riding these bikes around, testing them out, I kept noticing people at the bus stops, and I kept noticing, sorry, it really does, it gets to me right here, deep, and I just kept noticing all the older maid ladies that work at the casinos and the housekeepers and stuff. And I was like, they look like people's grandmas, and I have friends whose grandmas work the casinos and stuff, and so I guess it kind of hit me that, these are the people that need it the most. They're the ones that are helping maintain our lives. They go to work not just for themselves a lot of times, but for their families. That lady who just ran over some debris, we'll say, she was probably, who knows, on her way to get groceries or something. But had she had access to more affordable, I'm going to say, e-bikes, electric vehicles, and better infrastructure to protect her in her journey, the odds are that she probably would not have been in that situation that caused her accident. I say that because even now, it's hard to buy an e-bike that isn't priced more than a moped or a scooter that can go slightly faster. And I think that, had she had better access to, say, something like this at a better price point that would have helped her get around, and had we as a government and society provided her with a safer pathway that keeps her safe from traffic, keeps her safe from the debris, instead of being in the road, who knows, but yeah, so I used to say that, I still do actually at times. When I see people's grandmothers, when I see their abuelas riding our bikes to work and back instead of waiting for a bus, instead of waiting hours for a bus, that's when I know I've succeeded. That's when I know that this business has worked. Because they're the ones that need it the most. Because they're some of the ones that do the most. Boy, that gets me. I had to go get tissue. I'm sorry, I was up. Probably block your eyes at the runny nose or whatever gets you, but that is why in Las Vegas, in Nevada, when you are on the road and you see a vehicle slower than you in the right-hand lane, you don't pull halfway in the lane, you don't zip by them so that their mirror clips their elbows and shit. You get in the other lane and you go around and you give them that lane. That's the law, all right? This is why I say, if you almost hit somebody, it should be attempted murder. If I have a camera on me and I got your license plate, I should be able to clip that image, send it to the cops, tell them you almost hit me, and you get a knock on your door. Yeah. And if you do hit somebody and kill them because you didn't move over, that's first-degree murder, because you have every option to slow down, you have every chance to get over, and if your fellow drivers on the road don't want to let you over, cut them off. Because they're supposed to. You have your turn signal on, they can see what's going on too. Be more courteous. Let people over. Because this stuff really pisses me off, if you can't tell. It upsets me. It makes me mad because it's completely avoidable. 100%. It just has to do with being a little more courteous to each other on the road. Whether you're on a bicycle, an e-bike, a motorcycle, a car, a tuk-tuk, whatever the fuck you're fucking driving, pay attention. Watch out for each other. And maybe you won't have to deal with first-degree murder charges. Because I'll tell you what, I'm about ready to start clipping people's license plates out of my films and turning them in and just seeing what the police do with that. Drive safe, people.
Know that I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there.